Should skin color be a factor in college admissions? Well, the Supreme Court heard arguments 8 months ago, and yesterday, in a 7-1 decision, basically said yes, but let's let the lower courts decide. Joining us now to discuss what this means for the future of affirmative action is attorney Steve Allen from Pessin Katz Law Firm. Thank you very much for coming in, Steve.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Now, this is it's controversial because it's they were supposed to end court yesterday. The Supreme Court was supposed to come down with a lot of major decisions. The first one they did, and then they postponed the other ones, which we'll talk about later on. But they said, okay, affirmative action. Well, we're not going to actually remark on that. Let's go back to the lower court findings, and we agree with them. However, we want you to define it.
Well, here's what the court did. The court endorsed that we do have as a goal diversity. Of course, what diversity means is a wide open question. And they went back to their decisions of the last 20, 30 years. Right. But what's important is this. 10 years ago, the court, in a decision by Justice O'Connor, decided that there's a rational basis to believe that if you give a plus factor to an individual's race, that you'll achieve diversity. That is, all else being equal, will give an extra point or two, a plus, to an individual's race to get a diverse population.
And per race, but not a Caucasian race? Like, what's the standard there?
Well, the race would be minorities.
Minorities.
Both race and ethnicity.
Okay.
Now, what the court did yesterday is they said, we're no longer going to allow the plus factor. What you have to do now is you have to go back and strictly scrutinize how you're considering who you're going to accept. If there is any way to accept sufficient people to create a diverse environment without considering race, that's what we want you to do. We don't want you to give any advantage to anyone. And so what the court is doing now is it's saying we want to be race blind. Now, whether or not you can get the desired level of diversity in a situation where you don't consider race is going to be for the lower courts to decide. Is there some method out there that reaches that goal? And of course, the goal is a moving target.
Well, that's it. I mean, if you walk around on campus, you can see, okay, well, there's one race here. I mean, and so they're saying we need to be diverse in all races on every campus, but how can you be blind when you're walking around on campus and going, okay, everybody here is one color?
Well, that's the question. The question is, does diversity mean a population which mimics the population in the society?
Okay.
Does it mean having a sufficient number, whatever sufficient number means, of certain minorities? And what you had before with the plus factor is you had a way of ensuring that you had a diverse group, that you had a full range of race and ethnicity. Now they're saying, we think there's a better way to do it, and we want you to go find a way that doesn't look at race as a way of having a diverse environment. It's really going to open up the door to lots of cases. That's not the end of this analysis. It'll be back to the Supreme Court maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years from now. But that's what they did yesterday.
All right, Steve Allen, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming in and kind of giving us a little better perspective on this that we can handle.
My pleasure.
That. Well, the heat is on. We know that. Just how hot will it get today? We're going to find out. And of course, we need to find out what you need to do to prepare for this heat wave. 7:29 is the time. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News, all local, all morning.